Welcome back to my channel. Today I am playing along with Tracy Reed Designs sketches, and so she's got this Sketchy Sunday number 5, which is actually a traveler's notebook page, but I'm going to use it on a 12 by 12, and I'm going to scrap some pictures of my oldest on Christmas last year. And so I have some simple story, simple vintage left over, and so there's this little piece of this one I have. And then I pulled this Happy Christmas from Carta Bella out of my stash. And then I pulled this piece of text out of my stash. So I'm also going to flip the sketch so that it looks more like this, because that's what I was feeling today. And so these are those pictures again. One of them's going to get swapped out, but that's okay. And I'm going to cut these all down, and now they're done. So they ended up being about a 3 by 3, like 3.5 probably. And then I'm just cutting down a white piece of cardstock so I can adhere all my papers to, and just measuring out where I want this bit to go, because the big title, Merry Christmas, is going to go on top of this. And I literally just pulled out bare minimum to scrap with today. So I'm not going to go hunting for a whole bunch of things. I have what I think I'm probably going to use out already. So, which is great. It makes it easier editing. So I noticed this wasn't quite straight on both ends, so I'm just going to trim that just a little bit more. And this was not a 12 by 12 sheet, so it was a little bit more, and I cut it off from one side, and I kind of regret that. I should have cut it off from a little bit from both, because now those columns are not center, and after it gets all done, it's not even noticeable, but it did annoy me to start with. So I'm just playing around with the placement. So on the sketch, the photos overlap that bottom piece, which was a side piece, a bit, and I'm just thinking about what I want showing from the text. And now I've got these 3 pieces together, and my tape runner ran out, so I have to use double-sided tape, which I find a little bit annoying sometimes. So I'm just going to mark this out on the cardstock where I want it to go. I grabbed this really thick double-sided tape, and I kind of wish I hadn't to start with, but that's okay. It is what it is. So I say that because I get this piece on, and it is not straight. The bottom left corner has a bit of white showing, and this tape is sticky, so it is not coming off. And so I will try and do my best to fix that later, but right now it really doesn't matter. So I'm just going to keep going because it's not going to come off, and I don't want to take it off and then have to cut into a new piece of white cardstock. Not going to happen. So I'll just deal. So getting this star snowflakey kind of page down, and then a couple strips of the smaller double-sided tape, and then this one is going to get down. It takes me a minute I want this one lined up better than my middle piece, because yeah, that's how it goes. This is why I don't like the double-sided tape, because sometimes it takes a bit to get it off, and it is what it is. And then I pulled this piece of ribbon out from my stash. I only have a little bit, and I pulled out this adhesive backed ribbon, and I think this one came from probably a Halloween line, at least like 10 years ago. And so I pulled this one off because I thought I'd use this ribbon. I'm just going to fold it around, and the red up top, but I'm not quite feeling that. And the reason is now I can't see this line where I kind of want the shelf to be for my photos. And so I'm going to trim this one off a little bit because it was a little long, and so was this one. And or a little wide. I want it to be just a smaller bit of black, so literally just using my scissors, which is fine. And I'm thinking about that ribbon that I just put on while I'm doing that. And so I'm just going to pull this off. I'm not super concerned about it ripping because I decided the red one's going to go here. And then these can go right straight on top. And I like that more. I thought about putting this one on top, and I don't like it on top either. It doesn't have enough weight, I think, is what my problem is. And so, but this red one is definitely going to go down here. And I like that more because it brings the red from the top of the page and my kiddos' pajamas down to the bottom of the page. And it's wider, so there's something that those photos can actually stick on. And so I'm going to use my T-square ruler to help this get on straight. And then I just put a line of Nouveau glue underneath and let that sit for a second. I didn't realize there's a little glue underneath my ruler. When I seen it, I pulled it because that stuff would stick my ruler right to that page. It is lovely glue. And then I decided this border wood or ribbon piece has way more weight, and it brings the black and the white to the top a little bit more, and I like that more. So there was my title again. It's definitely going to be that Merry Christmas. And just thinking about, no, I don't want that. I did try to use it in like lots of places, and then I decided a little bit more on this one needs to come off. That's why I went through it at the beginning, because there's even more of trimming, and like this is the last bit of trimming that it needs. But yeah, crazy how long it took me to like sort out size of pictures and backing today. Like it was like 10 minutes. And then I have some fun foam, and I'm just putting pieces of this double-sided tape on both sides of the fun foam so that I can have a little bit of dimension with my pictures, and then it can sit a little bit over top of that ribbon, and it won't interfere with how the pictures sit or how the ribbon sits. So I'm just trying to see where kind of center is, and I'm like, yeah, that kind of is. It just needs to come over just a little bit more, and that's how off center the page is, but it is all right. I will deal. And then I'm just eyeballing it, making sure there's about the same amount between each of the pictures. If it's not perfect, that's okay, but it's pretty close. So I did want them straight across the top, so that's why I used my T-square there. And then I'm going to play with these Simple Story Vintage Collection embellishments. So I like the Santa, but he's on skates, and I don't know, the skates just didn't make sense to me for some reason. But I'm going to do a little cluster down here with the tag and this joyful, it looks like a ticket, and I thought the snowflake in the wood veneer would go down there because I want to tie that Merry Christmas in with the wood somewhere else. So thinking that, popping things up top too, where I think they might go. I did have this leftover cork tree with the gold on it from my previous layout from Friday, and so I thought maybe I would use this one, but it's the only one I have left. It might actually get put on the pages from Friday. So I just put that joyful ticket up on some dimension. I'm going to slide this dollar store sticker that has some silver on it underneath, and I'm going to put that snowflake somewhere else, and then the black and white heart, and then just going to glue this right down because I'm happy with it. And yay. And then because I put the one circle there, I want to put another one up top. Oh, I decided this needed another heart. And so now I'm going to grab this other sticker circle here in a second. No, I'm going to do this one first. I'm sorry. Wow. Not following myself along very well today. So yeah, the snowflake in the wood veneer goes there for an overlap. And so that I have a bit of the diagonal. I thought about changing out this green Merry Christmas because I already have Merry Christmas on it, but I like it. And now I'm sliding it in with that sticker, and it's going to go over top of my pictures. I don't mind overlapping some of my pictures with embellishments. I know some people don't like to do that, but if there's nothing there that really matters, it doesn't bother me at all. So I'm just going to put the heart right there, and then another one up here, and another one down here. Just sprinkling the hearts all around. And then I was thinking about this other circle piece because I only got the one left, and it's a wreath, but it doesn't really work anywhere. And I like 2.5 clusters because the snowflake and the heart in the wood veneer is kind of one, but it's close enough to the other one that it kind of reads like the same thing. And then I was thinking this Merry Christmas was not standing out very much, so I pulled my Tombow temporary adhesive to put the Merry on some black cardstock to see if I would like it on black. And I do, so I'm going to use glue because the temporary obviously is very temporary. And I'm going to do both the Merry and the Christmas like this. So I start the fussy cutting, and then I'm going to move all the way to both being done, and I like that. And then just adding some foam squares. These are dollar store ones. I have so many of them. They take a little bit because each of them have their own little backing on them, but meh. And then the Merry Christmas is going to overlap that ribbon on the top just a little bit, because I like the shelf idea on that as well. And we are almost done here, so almost. So then the Christmas is going to go there. It's pretty lined up. And then I was thinking, should it have anything around it? And those would have been fine, but I think they just get a little lost on the stripe. So I decided, maybe not. But I tried, and I tried, and I tried, and then I decided, no, it's good. And then I'm going to trim this one side down just the tiniest bit so I can get rid of some of that white that I didn't line up very well. And then I'm just going to trim off the ribbon on the other side. Here, get that trimmed. Get this trimmed. I was just looking, it was pretty straight on this side, so that's gonna work. And here we are close up. There will be some still shots here coming up as well. If you haven't subscribed to me yet, I would love it if you would. If you liked my video today, I would appreciate the thumbs up. Oh, I like that so much. And thank you so much for watching. There is a couple of playlists in a video here, and the subscribe if you are willing. Thank you again. Bye-bye.